I asked my college English professor to write a spicy fan fiction of myself and my friends so that we could sit down and read it all together. After about 9 months of writing, I finally got the story. I gave him some background on every single one of my friends, some characteristics, some traits of theirs. Someone was shy, if someone was, you know, a ladies' man. I told him everything he needed to know about all of us so that he could accurately write us into this very wild and spicy fan fiction. I am here with Professor Duasso. Anything we should expect? Any surprises? Any little hints?
Well, to tell you the truth, I really feel bad for Brandon because I was really brutal with him.
It is time. We have Professor Duasso's finished story, and my professor has also let me know that he forgot one of our names. I don't think it would be mine.
How can he forget our names? All of our names are in our handles, except you.
Well, I asked him to write the story like almost 11 months ago, and he started writing it like 3 months after I asked him. But hold up, he told me I don't know the name of the fourth boy. I referred to him as the dancer.
That's romantic.
That sounds like Danny. It's gotta be me. It's gotta be me.
All right, part 1, A Lover's Lament. They were back. The lads, the YouTubers, the Twitchers, Birlap, Brandon, Johnny.
Who's Johnny?
That's what I was wondering, bro. I looked ahead just the tiniest bit to look for my name, and there was Johnny in there, and I was like,
I think he forgot Danny's name too. I'm not sure though.
And the new child X. Oh, why does Pete gotta be X? That's so
Wait,
cool.
maybe
we
I'm
don't know.
Johnny
We don't
and
know.
you're X.
It's me.
We don't know
X
yet.
Wheat
These
Pete.
could just be side characters.
Johnny Wheat Pete. You keep reading, keep reading.
It had happened once more. They were all assembled to comfort Brandon, who was crying a river of despair down the enormous rock that was positioned by the infinite Pacific Ocean of grief that the lads had now thought of as their gathering place. When all hell broke loose, Brandon had been friend-zoned. And like...
No! No!
Listen,
This is some like poetic riches right here. If you rejected me, I would sit on the precipice of the Pacific Ocean of my grief as I cried, my tears filling the ocean to be a sea of lament.
And like they had done on many occasions, they had all come together to comfort Brandon. Birlap was the one who would always speak rationally, while Johnny anxiously preoccupied on his magnificent hair. Wait! Johnny's Danny!
Johnny's
'Cause I remember telling him...
Johnny's
I remember telling him that Danny had really nice hair, really nice blonde hair, so I guess, yeah, he did forget Danny's name too.
So then I am X.
So Pete,
It's
he
X
forgot your
Wheat Pete,
name.
guys. X Wheat Pete.
X gon' give it to ya.
I'm gonna start calling Pete X Wheat Pete from now on.
And then if I'm ever gonna get serious with you, I'll be like, John. Actually, that's it. I'm calling you Dan.
Jonathan. It would be Jonathan.
No, you gotta say like Daniel.
Daniel.
As Birlap spoke, Pete would simply dance and would say, "Oh, Brandon, forget your problems, stop crying, and gaze out to the ocean on this lovely Sunday afternoon. And remember that there are many fish in the sea, many girls to romance, and all you have to do is look deep in the ocean."
Can we talk about the fact that I'm like a Riz
literally-
doctor? Like, do you see this?
Dude, you
Give
gotta
him
throw
Riz.
it back and read that line. Do it, Pete.
Oh, Brandon, forget your problems. Stop crying and gaze out to the ocean on this lovely Sunday afternoon. And remember that there are many fish in the sea, many girls to romance, and all you have to do is look to the deep ocean. Okay.
Discord. Oh my god. All right.
The sky suddenly turned a menacing black as these prophesized words were spoken, and a chilly wind lifted Danny's neck hair without raising an alarm. The ocean started to swell, and the guys, the boys, watched in disbelief as 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 2,000 pairs, 5,000 pairs, and it seemed to continue forever. Several had their What? Can I not read this anymore? and each pair of nipples appeared to be speaking to the boys as they stood there in shock. Birlap's heard Pete say, "Yo, you're not joking!"
That is totally something you would say.
Yeah. That's
Hey, yo, for real? You're not joking, for real.
Yo, you're not joking. Yo, dude.
5,000 pairs of came out from the ocean, bruh.
Yeah.
What
Technically, that's
is
10.
going
That's 10.
on, bruh?
That is 10,000
That is
individual.
10,000.
Technically.
That is 10,000.
Brandon's eyes were ablaze, his body erect, and his arms were outstretched to receive the fruits of all of his fantasies. Arnie took a step back in front of Brandon to cover. Pete halted. Danny fell into the ground in a mass of hair.
Jesus
Is my hair just growing? Is it just like a monster?
I don't know. I have no idea. I guess we'll see.
It's just a creature that lives on top of my head.
We're still in
Pete
like
and Brandon.
the beginning. Yeah, I'll do this one.
Okay.
First, wrapping itself around Brandon's legs, the tentacle-like spun upwards towards his torso, mouth, and ears, and he was encircled by hundreds of tentacles, probing the lover's body. Burlap's body was wrapped by hundreds of more tentacles, and for a brief period, it appeared as though hundreds of were piercing his black, extra curly hair. The unhappy Danny shouted as a penetrated his intimate cavity because both he and Pete were Danny violently rejected the one tentacle that was attached to him, shaking like a tree caught in a cyclone. Yet his hair did not.
Pete! Oh my god!
Oh, Danny!
Oh my god!
They're so juicy and squirgly. Wait, so they're, but they're tentacled, which means.
I think the tentacles are coming out from.
Yeah.
Oh!
And they're just kind of.
So follow my lead, right? So rather than just going like this, they go like this, right? And they can prehensile.
So like just
I'm
long
paying
ass
attention.
boobs.
This man
Long ass-
graded my papers for 3 years
Long
in
prehensile.
college. This is great. This is great. He did not disappoint.
The guys appeared to have been engulfed by their siren of love, but it only took a split second for them to vanish into the water's depths as the sun began to shine once more. The Californian blue sky returned to the tranquility it once knew, and the ocean was as quiet as it had ever been. The guys had vanished. All that remained were their clothes.
Guys, be for real. How many boobs would it take to get you to lure yourself into the ocean?
One
One
Just
single
a lone
boob?
titty, bro.
Plus-
One loan.
That's crazy.
Honestly, it wouldn't even take any of those, bro. I see a fishtail, I'm going for it. Cause it'll kill me. That's the joke.
So what you're saying is, Arnie, you can't eat a mermaid.
What they're saying is I shouldn't. Whether or not I do is up for the question.
Takes out the EpiPen, stabs him over and over. He keeps going.
Queen Mukma was distinguished by her epic, huge, and whale-like figure. For years, she ordered her mermaids to find one acceptable husband for her to wail on so that she might give birth to millions of baby mermaids.
What in the Genshin Impact?
To wail on. But no one had ever delighted her or was able to fill her in any physical or meaningful way. So when word arrived that there were 4 qualified candidates, she started to swim and frolic, and for the first time, the kingdom fell silent in hope. There were 4 boys listed in the report. Danny, with 2 impeccable hairstyles, a boy who never stopped dancing, Birlap, and Brandon. So I love how Danny has 2 impeccable hairstyles, Pete doesn't stop
Only 2.
dancing, and me and Brandon are just me and Brandon.
We're just there, bro.
We're
That's
just
enough.
there.
That's enough. That's enough, you know?
It didn't take long to rule out Brandon because it appeared that he had the shrinky.
Damn, bro. How they know, dog?
What? Why did he call it the shrinky?
Shrinky shrink, bro. The little wiggler, dog.
It's like a little worm on a hook, but listen, that ain't stopping the ladies from trying to get a bite. You know?
Exactly.
It's okay, Brandon.
Exactly.
Shrimp Scott Power, dog.
His sand-like minuscule qualification was almost non-existent. Maybe that is why Brandon would always get friend-zoned. It was thought to have vanished. According to the mermaids, and Queen Mukma did not care for the shrinky winky.
The shrinky winky, bro.
Danny was thought of as a potential candidate, but Queen Mukma disliked him because of his 2 flawless hairstyles. In comparison, the only thing Queen Mukma had in plenty was her wide, hip, hooray-worthy hips.
They're talking about 2 hairstyles because they're talking about my hair, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, bro, I was so confused, bro. I was like, fuck, what are you talking about, bro?
He's been saying 2 hairstyles, so
Yeah,
I
I
have
know,
that
and it's
theory
been
of yours.
tripping me out, bro. And I was like, what the heck?
Obviously, I gotta groom. You guys groom your pubes, guys. Obviously. You know,
Yes,
give them a little
or
trim.
just
Sometimes take
shave
them to the
them.
barber shop.
Yeah, I just get rid of that shit with some gel, bro.
Bro, perm that. What are you talking about?
No,
Come on.
dude, I freaking, there's nothing down there, brother. There's no jungle there.
I like to draw smiley faces and then
When someone's going down on you, they just see a little winky face.
exactly.
The 2 of Danny's hairs were too beautifully styled, and Queen Mukma's enormous bulk prevented her from interfering with such flawless aesthetics. On the other hand, Pete never stopped moving. He acted strange. He resembled a ballerina, a dancing top, a small puppet, but devoid of any aggressiveness, any roof energy that could in any way subject the queen to any revelry.
That's a One Piece reference.
No, I think it's implying that you would bark.
He would.
Just
He
complete
would!
silence.
He's just like, man, what the?
He would bark. I think he's implying, Pete, that you would bark for Queen Mukma.
Oh, amen. All women are queens. I will bark for every woman.
Arnie, thick, black and steely hair appeared to have Arnie's thick, black and steely hair appeared to have unwound and unwound and unwound, reaching the floor. His curls actually held miles of length, and the water made his hair straight, covering all the area he stood in. Hair covered his entire body, and it was rumored that mermaids would form a line in the kingdom to peek under his hair because there would be a tremendous phenomenon, one so great that for the first time a seaman could be the wide-hip queen's ideal mate. The qualities of Arnie's scepter astounded the kingdom.
Yo, you got a good ass scepter. Okay.
Let's go, bro.
Arnie, why does this teacher know about your massive?
Listen, he doesn't. He's talking about my scepter.
True, bro.
Prepare Arnie for the magnificent wedding, the queen commanded. Cleanse
Whoa.
his body, cut his hair, so everyone can see what will be the glory of the kingdom. Make a shell crown and keep mermaids away from his royal scepter. The queen herself started getting ready for the nuptials.
Nuptials.
Nuptial? What the? I've never heard that. I've never seen or heard that
like
word in my
marriage,
life.
wedding, nuptials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know either, bro. I don't really look at the marriage too much.
Anyways, any marine worm. She felt stunning and like she had finally discovered the sailor of her dreams for the first time in a very long time. She would lay on top of the Arnie and tens of thousands of mermaids would be born from her wound. The kingdom would be saved by Arnie. He would give the kingdom his scepter and the queen would erect a bronze statue of it so that everyone could see it. The wedding would take place the next day. That night, Queen Mukma would dream about her glorious union with Arnie while she slept peacefully. She would see his figure in her dreams because she had asked that his hair be completely removed.
The boys, who were all inside the castle's dungeon, could hear the queen's snoring echoing across the entire realm. Burlap, what happened to your hair? How can you have such long, straight hair? Inquired Brandon. Burlap responded with, "Let's not be talking about length, man. Cease that. It appears that Burlap will soon be a husband, and a rumor has it that the queen is not a beauty. So we must find out how we are leaving here." While the dancer moved to the beat of the Queen Mukma's snoring, Johnny spoke.
Wait.
Pete, start twerking.
The
Start
dancer
twerking,
is
Pete.
Pete.
Go.
Remember, the dancer is Pete.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
You're good. 4 mermaids arrived to help Burlap get ready for the big wedding. Something strange happened. While a woman by the name of Moo Moo rubbed Brandon's shoulders and comforted him from his sorrow, Katha was inspecting Burlap's hair because she was the one who had been given the order to cut it. Because mermaid Leia appeared to have Danny's 2 hairstyles in exact duplicate, this was somewhat strange. Short, charming, and dancing with the with Pete to the Queen's snores was Mermaid Fee. The boys were delighted to see the 4 pairings and delighted to see Brandon's smile for the first time lighting up the dungeon hall. It seemed that Moo Moo would not friend zone Brandon.
Yeah!
Damn.
It's going in the books.
We got Moo Moo. Let's go.
We call that W-Riz.
As Johnny's hair began to droop for the first time, and the dancer stopped dancing, Brandon's smiles vanished. The lads felt sadness as the mermaid started to trim Arnie's hair. Yes, they had made an unsuccessful attempt to trim his hair. Nothing could cut through that thick, wiry black substance known as Arnie's hair, despite their best efforts with a new chisel and electronic scissors.
Yes!
Yes,
All
they
right,
can't cut your
Dick!
hair.
Yeah.
Very
The only way out of Brandon's
Yeah.
shortcomings was to flee. There was only one way that Brandon would once again become Brandon, with proper qualifications from Moon's eyes only. Everyone who heard Brandon's remarks nodded in agreement, but then something unusual happened. All of a sudden, there were only 3 mermaids left. They began their search for Katha, who had vanished. She eventually emerged from all the hair.
I
The
got
4
with her.
couples banded together to flee the clutches of the Queen Mukma's scheme to wed Burlap.
Is there supposed to be more, dog? 'Cause,
Yes.
There's like a part 4 and 5, but they're blank for me.
Yes. This is not the entire thing.
Oh, okay.
So, in summary, I was supposed to get with the Queen. Well, first Danny got penetrated by a tentacle, and then
Well, let's forget that Brandon got friendzoned because of his tiny
yeah.
first.
You're not allowed to make that assumption, okay? It was his winky that
It
was
a
shrinky
winky.
shrinky.
Yeah, Shrinky was shrinky.
Yeah.
Bro.
Now
What are you talking
hold on.
about?
Let me go on Urban Dictionary really quick. Urban Dictionary. A term to describe a male's genitals when something turns them off. They shrivel up. Oh, so they're saying you have really shrivelly balls,
Yeah, bro.
which means you may still have a large scepter.
Don't think so, bro. I think I got one of those ones that like are kind of like, you know, it's kind of like one of those little push ones.
It's like a poppet.
Yeah, like a
those
poppet,
push
you know.
ones.
And then like when I get hard, then it kind of like pops out of it.
It makes like a cork
It's a
noise.
surprise.
Yeah, like
Right.
the
Out of a
cork
bottle.
noise, almost exactly.
Like an inflatable.
Oh yeah.
Then I got in the ass. Don't forget
Yeah.
that.
And then I was supposed to be betrothed to the Queen, but then I fell for this other mermaid. You guys all found love, got with those mermaids in that time while I was getting tormented and making love to the Queen. And then I got...
So you haven't made love to the Queen yet, bro.
I didn't?
The wedding
no,
hasn't
we-
even happened.
Oh, she was dreaming. She was dreaming
Yeah.
of me. Oh, right. Okay, I thought that was a scene where I was getting with her. My fault. Then we were like, we're gonna get out of here. Not long live the Queen. And then we did.
Don't forget how Pete has some insane poetic riz, though.
No,
Don't
yeah,
forget.
Pete has. Brandon. When Brandon was reading, I had to like, because it sounded like he was reading Romeo and Juliet, bro.
No, like all of Pete's lines sound like it comes straight from Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Please,
no.
come with me, my
that
brother.
I said sounded super legit. Like I
Yeah,
wish
it
I had
legit
that.
like the description of you in the beginning, because it doesn't use a name, it uses the dancer. It legit sounds like some like fairy tale creature that comes to forlorn men who come to the sea to cry about their lovers.
So I'm the Pied
Yeah. The
The
Piper.
dancer will come to
of
you
Riz.
and tell you to look.
Yeah.
Pete is the dancer.
And Danny is Johnny.
I'm Johnny. What's good, Brad?
Here comes Johnny.
Well, that is it. That is all. Like and subscribe if you want a part 2. Please make sure to go subscribe to the boys who have their channels linked under and below me right down there.